16th day of July. You're welcome once again to the Epic Morning Show, The Dialogue, with me, Isaac Clotte. Joining me this morning is a long-time old buddy, a communications specialist at one of the ministries. I'll be unveiling him fully in a little while. As you know, once again, you're welcome to the show. Call 1 to alert 1 to notify 1 that the dialogue is on. So wherever they may be, they can put on their TV sets. Without that, they may miss the show. Well, not really. You can catch the dialogue on our social media handles at Net2 Television, streaming on YouTube and Facebook, with updates regularly on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook as well. Of course, there are a couple of issues which will be pertinent in my discussion this morning with my guest, but most will be emanating from the newspapers. So we better get ourselves informed by what the headlines and in the various newspapers say. So we turn our attention to the highlights on the front and the back pages of the various newspapers as assembled in front of me. Kicking off is the New Crusading Guide, and on its front page we have Arrest, Prosecute COVID-19 Protocol Breakers, GBA. We are suffering. Road contractors weep over non-payment of debts. I apologize in a short while. There you go. ISA president arrested by patriotic agenda pushers for attempting to get new voters' ID. Right. So that's the New Crusading Guide. Let's turn our attention to the next newspaper, which is The Chronicle. On its front page, we have, after donating 10,000 Ghana cedis for funeral, GHS rejects police reports on death of boy after fever vaccination. Voter registration guarantee on sale. It's also another front page story for the Chronicle newspaper. Mahama claim on Alawa is errant contradiction. We also have on the front page brouhaha over GBC channels. Next up is the ABC newspaper. Rent control to go digital. Vice President or VIP. Lies can't empower women. Otiko fires mischief makers. COVID-19, I never said schools with 15% positive rate closed. From the ABC newspaper, we go to the Daily Statesman. As you can see on your screens, the headlines are many. Let's start. Says, stay off guarantor contract business. EC warns against illegal action in voters' registration. Trust the entrepreneurial Ghanaian wants to make money out of every situation. Right. Baumia, government is committed to addressing challenges in housing sector. Kofi COVID-19 fight can't be trivialized, says Samir Wuku. That wraps it up for the Daily Statesman newspaper. Next up is the Ghanaian Times. Increase in mobile money fraud. Swindlers target financial institutions. Bank of Ghana raises alarm. Bernard Mona faces Supreme Court July 21st. Arrest, prosecute persons flouting COVID-19 protocols. GBA. This is the Ghana Bar Association, and 4 teacher unions demand closure of schools. The back page of the Ghanaian Times reads, VIP, government to digitize rent control operations, address rent advance. COVID-19 National Trust Fund gives items to 7 health facilities in 3 regions. From the Ghanaian Times, we move to Nima. And the Daily Guide newspaper says, Bawumia changes rice, sugar, butter politics in Zongo. That's the headline for the Nima-based Daily Guide newspaper. No show at Mona contempt hearing. And VEEB hints rent digitization. GBC DTT order sparks fresh NPP NDC fight. So from Nima, we move to the corridors of the Graphic Road and we go to the Graphic newspaper. Government releases 70 million Ghana cedis to schools, money for academic interventions, practical and technical exams. Police delegation in Yendi over divisional commander's expulsion. So if we turn our attention to the back page of the newspaper, CSIR, Kopia inaugurate rice, tomato experimental farm. And businessman supports 10,000 households in the Northeast region, in Northeast. So this brings us to the end of the newspaper review, the highlights of the front and the back page of the various newspapers, and welcome back into the studios. This morning, the discussion is going to be mainly focused on business development, entrepreneurial, interest and matters arising. From that, of course, we'll be taking one or two comments from the ongoing voter registration exercise, as well as matters arising as the political season begins to warm up. Right, my guest is none other than Mr. Kofi Boafo, a long-time paddy who managed to vanish. But thankfully, the prodigal nature of himself, this morning, I'm very fortunate to have him back on to television. Kofi, at the same.
Yeah. Well, now,
So well, on my part. And also a blue nose mask, blue face mask, blue. Today seems a bluesy day for you.
It seems a very conservative day, if you want to say that. Yeah. Yes, it's blue.
Nanyama mutu saying.
Nyamiadom. Bebe nyamidia BC MCE. Ibia boko. Igusu. Sa de pa nyakopo ma de cha de pa chenga. Ani nti ode ambaye igusu sa go se dache. Time do you boko. Right. Yem fam dende. Igusu.
Right.
Also na unyanga na pa. Asida yen de. No pe.
We are grateful for that word of prayer too. I guess it envelopes everyone in the studio and of course our cherished viewers out there. And Kofi, I'm saying before we enter into matters political, let's go straight to the corridors of your office, the Ministry of Business Development. I'm saying you've been in the news, well, fortunately not for the wrong reasons, but for some uplifting reasons. Money is being given to young entrepreneurs here and there. Adena mochichen kolaskasa.
You bet for a free soon. I'm the chair, a tearful, and a shuffle. Ghana and man on it, baby. I'm a dessert business development, I'm a ministry. No, Mankasamo, they were a pay on Tamatre among Nigma Pa, Yankuponde, Ashep, His Excellency the President Tima. Yes, you could have young ideas in the back initiatives. Yeah, boy, homewarding from the time our president, my business development, Media Nijapana, in January 2017. Yura another down could be there. Wabon homewarding Amakuta initiatives. I used to put the police behind the back initiatives. Yambo Taika say, I will young anyone say. We are here as a business development. This is spearheaded by Honorable Dr. Awa, your old friend. Yeah. My papa, and say, repeat Chow, Mebru, and the very vulnerable people in this country who have an entrepreneurship mindset. I would be a man. Yes, so I see your SCA, your business advice service, and so you chatting in an say a chair singer will be to my market one goods, one products and services. In the idea, and say we will have lots of initiatives as about crime Michelle, the presidential page, the presidential business support, the students entrepreneurship innovation, and the campus page. You could have been near a room crowd, Slambe FNum near Sieni, be often women entrepreneurship in disability.
Right.
Like I say, Obia or yeah, where did them say Mr. and Kalman can you manage the summer? Obia Sebi or walk and you see a debia or betum the Juma or entrepreneur. Now, so where did them into Okobebia or if it's scarces or Fansunasia, Umana. Now, what for say one can be through the initiative by the president of this republic, Anadanko Kofi, and then they made Nippon wanted them to make woman scat through the business development ministry, any sister agency, NEIP. I eat Mimo Scat, Sabi, now we're forcing one can hobby. This year we launched it, we had the phase 1, we had the phase 2, we're doing the phase 3. Now, let's talk about men also in disability, because people say that as we speak, one of the challenges in COVID-19, we're supposed to have launched the men entrepreneurs in disability. You see somebody who has so much skill, so much talent. He's married those qualities, but we need Boafo be our baby. It is Uncle Fina and I don't quite go. It's a sound winning and kaka, but the tough one was scat akoye ejuma. Say what's the name to say? Who have on a name. Name so can be cry, Nadia mobile. Just say, only or kafo, ne kafo peripapi or hatasri.
Right.
You. In say, yes, as a fool, yet as I see so. No, young coupon, to me, a man paying Fubino. So I'm paying a kaukoma. It is so the age, and then I'm down quick for the I cannot come out. Say, Boaha, or if you're who are not yet. No, shoemaker.
Okay.
Now, a bit my shoemaking, a bit my crab brusso, action, a man on a fear bridge. These days I see them, especially local commercial, who fra, Sebi, when I did them. But that would this kaka crave it, manner. Now, what children senior, obey an age through marketing, insurance, bookkeeping, and everything. We say, when you need a pound, you're a lungs of a fair. Inti, there's another about maybe or brown half region when you want them. I went to see them. No, Sunyana, my apologies. She
said you are very, very keen to break down Nyema Woye. We'll come there. We'll definitely come there. But just to usher the viewers into the details properly, I just want to maybe find out. I mean, there are very innovative policies your ministry has come out with under the leadership of Dr. Mohamed Awal, like you said, Ibrahim Awal. But looking at the picture before the business ministry was set up, there were other agencies and bodies and so-called parastatals. NBSSI, we have the there was GIDA, metamorphosed into other things currently, NEIP, all of that. All those nomenclatures and alphabets seem so we hear the same we hear the same thing. So why the need for a Ministry of Business Development?
Okay, the Ministry of Business Development, basically we are championing the entrepreneurship agenda in this country.
Right.
And when I mean entrepreneurship agenda, we've come out with all sorts of solutions to actually retrieve the political, not only the political, the entrepreneurship mindset of individuals. There are people, when I mean entrepreneurship mindset, there are people who have the passion for entrepreneurship. So we need to pick those people and get them out of the shady ideas, make them entrepreneurs to be job creators and not job seekers.
Right.
No. So now, as you spoke about YES, which was Youth Entrepreneurship Support or whatever.
Right, yeah.
The mandate is there. You need to achieve the mandate. It is not a matter of signboard to be natural. Signboard on why then
Okay.
So you remember in June, I think the 13th of June, the president and his lieutenants, including Mohammed Awal,
yeah,
we unveiled it at Alicia Hotel, where we called it National Entrepreneurship Innovation Plan.
okay.
Then it became innovation program.
Right.
But it should have been the same thing with YES. But
Okay.
within the time that YES was in existence, they only empowered 286. That's 286 jobs.
Right.
As I'm speaking to you now, and to the last presidential page, the Minister of Business Development, in collaboration with his sister agency, have created 19,000 jobs.
19,000
jobs on record.
Okay.
That is 19,000 direct jobs. The indirect ones, not
Direct jobs.
direct jobs. Meaning,
Right.
yes. If you remember, we have done what we call the presidential business support. Let's exclude that one alone. The presidential business support, the first one, there were a lot of applicants, about 7,000 applicants. We were able to create 1,350 jobs on the spot for people. They actually benefited. I'm talking about those who benefited.
Okay.
Then we've done the second phase. Now, as we speak now, we've unveiled the third phase of that's presidential business support, window 3. Now,
Okay.
the presidential support, window 3 now. Do you see how clever the president...
I don't know presidential pitch.
No, presidential pitch is for children and between 18 and 35 years.
Okay.
This is presidential business support.
Okay.
We've done the first one, we've done the second one, we are now doing the third one.
Okay.
Now the third one, we have decided that it looks like a lot of people think that the whole exercise is centralized in Accra. So what we've done through the presidency is that all this money, we have 260 districts in Ghana here.
Okay.
So all the 260 districts, we are going to make sure we train 26,000 Ghanaians, entrepreneurs. Is that not shocking? As we speak now, you can call the district assemblies. The reason what we are doing is that we've decentralized the disbursement of the money to go into the local districts. Whether it's your stronghold, it is not your stronghold, we are disbursing the money through the local assembly. No be our fan, mebro, and mayor assembly. We are going to train 100 people from each of the districts. That means that the president is on course. And when people are saying the president...
How would say Safo's little cousin in Afsin Dompim assess this presidential business support?
Thank you. Thanks a lot. As I said earlier on...
maybe we could see now more because support it is for them.
Yeah, if I tell you,
na producer no cry say or no cry or PB for no cry or say business
producer no entrepreneur.
Hey, serious entrepreneur ni class na CCC you know.
I see the producer and the owner.
Anyway, so how will the people in the hinterlands...
What we've done is that the Minister for Business Development, Dr. Awal, she has to say, Obia, look at the shit, baby, I want to waba, and I say, baby, I would do have if you go near, I don't know. Look at the street, no, bisa, see forms on way. Now, for proposal, forms, the proposals, no. The reason why we talk, and yes, Obia, sorry, now, you have to have a proposal. And what business idea, no? It has to have scalability. It has to be very feasible. It has to be employment based, which is very important.
Okay. And train. To see a Medru District Office of the Presidential Business Support Program. Director Michelle and pay me be share me to me loan be. What am I to expect him to require of me?
Yes.
To be able
maybe
to...
so we say fraud then.
Okay.
We are many will come you because it is only for Ghanaians.
Right.
It will be so we are not catch to say who business plan no now the business plan no no more application form no sell it.
Okay.
Into feel we are now who telephone number who details so be was so with email whatever. So we need to cry with telephone number or to say phone so telephone will be into be an hour down for be an answer back it will be when no now on an idea on affiliate you might watch you now. That's what you need we are now the other. Indeed, there's a selection period. The selection period, the criteria would you know in America be actual.
Okay.
But me muchi but give me many kakra.
Right.
Indeed, I say a jumano to me jinaso. Now a jumano now wakape huskano. It will be number one. It will say to me ma employment that you say to say to me ma crofwe juma. And yes,
is it applicable to already existing businesses?
Yes, already.
Okay, so already
it is for startups and also already existing business.
Okay.
Basically, the president the person here say person open job.
Okay.
That entrepreneurship mindset, no? And also to create an entrepreneurship climate in Ghana. And this is actually going to foster good relationships with Ghana and the outside world.
Okay. And Kofi Ameya Obia Ote eso Jaman. On Bisa for this PBS supporter, presidential business supporter.
That's correct, yes.
He needs a business plan.
Yes.
He needs to fill an application form.
Yes.
And then what else?
He needs to prove that the business is existing.
That's it. So these three requirements.
That's it.
Wow. And over to you, fellow Ghanaians.
And as we speak now, it's enforced now.
Right.
Which, there has been training going up in the north.
Okay.
So we are coming down.
Okay.
Right now in the north, for them, so Tamale, everywhere. We are training people. HAPS are training people through the NEIP scheme. What the training growth. Now training here. So would you believe some of the trainings there? You know, why you can't want to pass it through the training now? Kunyeskana. We pay naneraho. Also, muskaka crepi amidi ejumananso. 30 years on the mommy, I'm mammy faso, Nakamiko baby, and Kamede and Kamikutiaka. These are some of the things that the president is doing.
So the training that you provide is free, basically free.
It is, but the thing is free.
It's free.
Yes. We pay the HAPS when I would train on. You job okay. But like for instance, say the Awutwi, Mr. Clote, we say who develop an application here, which means a watch.
Okay.
Now, we'll buy ya hweme hu se klote adwuma okite adwuma bi a bit me gina. That's what we mean by sustainable. It has to be sustain itself. That means it's visible. Say adwuma won. Secondly and most importantly, Mr. Klote adwuma wadi aba ye nkurum he adwuma bi a bit mama mebuno ne sebo wa won di dem ne mayo a won niska bit my adwuma no it you people say Mr. Klote na adwuma 2020 no owoni patre on yejuma 2021 no it mean we say Mr. Clote be funny pa 5 into 5 na be ka 3 then wa aye 8 the next year no Mr. Clote afa nipa 20 to say we sit down and profit yejuma. That means that Mr. Clote is a job creator and not a job seeker like before. That he's created jobs for people. So now, Mr. Clote Kra, Adi being be a Songo Nikrumo, or one persuasion, with creating jobs. Then he's also improved livelihoods.
Right.
Because we are seeing it. Someone sank one way, one sank into man one way, what they are mobile. So what Mr. Clote is doing is creating jobs.
Okay.
For people. Mr. Clote is not a job seeker anymore.
Right.
Mr. Clote is actually a job seeker. And Mr. Clote is also improving lives of the ordinary. It's very important.
Right.
So Mr. Clote's business is sustainable. If he didn't have an entrepreneurship mindset,
right.
security.
And then we hear about the studio.
But from the last time, but it tells you that the job is been sustained. And because it's been sustained, it's created employment. The Sunday panel, that's why then piano. What's what for the pan wedding? Piano. I have Boafo. What when you ding now one keko. I ding you. Why you be? So why you be that?
Yeah.
Why you be that? And
Kencity and Kencity and Nipan bet me about bomb cocoa.
Oh, you wedding? But to see a man was on the moon or a biographer. That you see, he's actually helping people, creating employment, making sure that people don't go around it. You see, Mamenka asem kitwe back na just a few seconds.
Yeah.
The reason or how to keep unwanted social vices, the key is employment.
Yeah.
So every government, when you come into existence, it is not just reading the English language or an answer, tree kasana nankran kasana answer, ausa kasana kasana kekeno now beka. You have to make sure you implement it. By implementation, you have to make sure say back over here ideas are able to create jobs because the money is there. The money is there. So all I keep saying, not to play the political side of it. Well, fine, I'm a politician. In the previous government, what did they do with that money?
Right.
Because we to be created 286 jobs within the time I will buy now. Now me buying the name fear nang here. Let me creating 19,000 jobs. Look, let's be pretty honest. Bruni Beka will say call a spade and a shovel a shovel. The president is doing well.
Okay.
He's doing very well.
Okay. Right.
I mean, see, here no bar being within the last 7-8 years. Oh, now go to Makisi. On a day, open mebunu, no nakasa to a mebunu. Into your my boy mebunu, na mebunu, I then aye. The only person or high man or man is case of Fanko Precun.
When?
That woman, I forgot her name. No?
Okay.
Yes, that was part of the
from the northern region.
Yes, YASK.
When the in Parliament, when the president was giving, former president was giving his.
Yes, as we speak now, another Dankwe Kufuado.
Right.
First presidential picture was won by a lady from
Dr. Hilary Man's daughter.
No, one of the daughter was the niece.
Okay, the niece.
And his father is a lawyer.
Right.
Now, this girl could not believe he was a 19-year-old girl who had a serial. Who basically say, why does he want to do this? He tells you that she wants to be in the market competing with Nestle. A 19-year-old girl speaking like that, that means that entrepreneurship mindset already. So all you need to do is to give her a good business service advisory. Okay, who can say president man 25,000 cities. So onye last year we have 23 and 24-year-old KNUST young ladies.
Yeah, with the
civil business development.
The feminine part.
Feminine part. That's feminine part. Yes. Well, yeah. Now, KNUST even decided to say because of Mofana School 119, once we empower more 100,000, the president, the next council can't home and say women one call. This year, the same thing happened. Are we receiving before? Sam Nebuno. You heard what some of the applications now. It is not their fault. The system disappoints them.
Right.
So now we have a president who says, yes, I've sat down and I've listened to your cry because he went soliciting for their ideas. So I, the president of this country, want to empower you so that you become job creators and not just job seekers.
Right.
This is the difference between the MPP government spearheaded by Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo and then the NDC Mahama government. Right. There's a complete vast difference. You have somebody trying to talk about the fact or trying to justify it. Guess what? The truth hurts. Into baby or baby just patch okay, can you move on?
Right.
That's all.
So now that you've brought in the political angle and all that, the former president you referred to, John Mahama, has stated emphatically that the Ministry of Business Development will be one of the ministries he will scrap when he comes into office.
He dare not. He won't. He dare not. Can I tell you something?
Tell us.
The Ministry of Business Development, in every country in this world, the most successful ones, let's give classical example. Germany, Great Britain, France, Holland. There is a combination that fostered good or lifted entrepreneurship to a certain level of acceptance. It was done by the private-led investments that make that country what it is.
Right.
Now you find some of us flogging into their country to seek for where the grass, where the pastures are green. They built that country percentage-wise on private investments. And what are those private investments? Those private investments are entrepreneurs. It's not owned by state.
Okay.
They're owned by private investments.
Right, like President Kofi used to say, the engine of growth, the private sector.
Absolutely.
The engine of growth.
Absolutely.
Right.
So what the President or the Minister of Business Development is doing, we have been very successful. Now let me tell you one thing. You don't change something that works.
Apparently, it's not working for the NDC led by John Mahama. He says he will scrap it.
You see, that's well entirely up to him.
Right.
We have a line of focus.
Okay.
If your line of focus, okay, you derail your line of focus, that's well entirely up to him.
That would undo all the seeming good.
No, I'm coming. If you derail your line of focus, that's well entirely up to you.
Right.
That's well entirely up to you. We were here when people spoke about the SHS, we did not believe it, that the SHS was going to work. What are we doing now? What are we seeing in Ghana here? Let's be pretty honest with ourselves. Okay. The NSA and the SHS is doing very well. Look at this, the front page of this graphic.
Right.
Government releases, 70 million to schools. Look, when somebody is visionary, it's unquestionable. Somebody is visionary, it's unquestionable. Now, when you don't have an idea of what you want to do, and I will seek for advice.
Okay.
Seek for advice.
Right.
Now, advice now is seeking advice now is seeking that's all. Seek for advice.
Okay.
Now, I'm a bedroom ministry. Mametra keke se, merekasa keke. In semi we seek for advice.
Okay.
Through my minister.
Right.
Through my colleagues. Because you have a duty to serve the Ghana
country.
If you cannot do it, get out and let somebody else do it. That's the thing. So we have a duty as business development,
right?
Okay, to extend or make sure say it will arrive at the right person, right time. That recipient will also understand. Say, when I say that recipient, I mean the person now. You this cameraman. Look, I mean catching me. There are people who are disabled.
Right.
You this cameraman. Yes, you could one language. When they speak to you, they cry because they never expected that the president will ever do this. No, when you submit my, but why ye am also? Maybe a hairdresser, and then Sassenetini, but he's a hairdresser. Usinia, a Kufu Adwayano, who be that, not why ye am a Ebruso, Usu. Because all your hairdresser, the business nearly collapsed. One hairdryer.
Right.
Now go and see her at Dansuma. She's doing very well.
Okay.
Yes.
So there are a number of examples like this, or you're making it up?
No, I can make it up.
Okay.
But even when you make it up, it will finally arrest you one day.
You'll be exposed.
You'll be exposed. You know the language, you know where it's coming from.
Yeah. Because we've seen initiatives, such as the Jida one, that the guinea fowls, I mean, it became a controversry. Until now,
no, it was not a controversy. It was a big humiliation for the NDC party.
Right.
Very big humiliation. Yeah. My dear brother, you know what? business development.
Right.
I can categorically tell you straight away, with no hesitance, that nipa yema was kanyina no. We give them a lateral marking. We go back and supervise the job.
Do you?
Yes, we do. Yeah. There's a girl. There's a girl living in Medina here.
Okay.
Wafeno ya edubia. If anybody would testify this, ya edubia. You know what she does? She does chicken.
Okay.
Now, oil dry chicken. In Tisabia, on say South Africa for one name of bouton. Beef now what dry now. What is she such a small?
Okay.
Now, you know, I saw coming. They were coming. No, criminal to go in. This girl decided to do that chicken. So now she's giving a value for the chicken. She started in her own place. Medina here, not Haidango. Medina here. Would you believe that that girl has 6 plots? That's 1.5 acre land. When you a lot of off-takers if it's chicken, no. Now what do you value no? Pan what to chicken and what she was saying is she was crying. I'm sure you were there when she came to thank the president.
Yeah.
Now this girl comes from an extremely poor background. That she didn't feel that there was any avenue for her. See what the Lord has done? By anointing from somebody. And then But you know, why you need Papa?
Agreed.
Yeah.
But you know the mindset and suspicion of our own people. Obibeka says, "Sa woman no ebi onim Kofi Boafo baby, ebi Kofi or ne family member or ye the busheni entina or man sa opportunities." How do you disabuse the minds of people that anybody can step in there, be whether you're from Jamestown, Bukom, Asekregba, anywhere?
My dear brother, question will be some the papa. There has been, like for instance, let's talk about the presidential pitch.
Right.
Yes, the presidential pitch. The first time we had over 1,000 applicants flocking. Now what we do is that the Ministry of Business Development has a website. A website and a portal where you will load the data into the portal.
Okay.
The portal. What we do is that when we go into the email of business development, apply. Feasibility, scalability, and sustainability and employment. There should be an application. You may say ufikuru beso. You may say needing me until we look at them and do the job accordingly. Now, this year, for instance, may applications are Fakasi Volta region.
Yeah.
I have never cited those children ever in my whole life. I don't know them. You were there.
Right.
There were only 10 people who came to pitch. Out of the 10 people, 4 were Futurians. I don't know them. The reason is because what they brought on board, you can't question it. It's good. You can't question it. People were using big-time applications. There was another girl, something Mante. She was dead. I looked at her and said, this girl is converting soya beans into coffee. Smells like coffee, but the contents of it is not coffee. You look at this for a young 23-year-old girl, you can ask yourself, this girl is doing well.
Right.
You don't know her, but she no kutufong febisu nase ono no kwe. So that child or that young lady is no more a job seeker, but a job creator.
Right.
But if you want to play the trends of nepotism and favoritism, then you are not helping the president, because the president indicated, and this year, Mr. Klote, the sort of applications I saw, I realized that, look, the NDC system really beat the youth.
Really?
Yes, they did. They did. And they are pretty much aware. Because Kofi one employment minister, and I would challenge him in all angles. They did not do well for employment. Now, if you've realized, every day when you pick up the newspaper or you go into your various newsrooms, people are talking about employment. Me just say, Boafo baby, Boafo am beginning now. But if you look at what we are doing, let's be honest. Forget about NPP, NDC, and that community. Point your fingers to your chest, and say the truth, and God will bless you. The NPP government, led by Nana Akufo-Addo, employment, ya meaning now, Muntieme, ya meaning now, but Boafo by na meaning now, why yippee? It's what you do, Manabaso. When we were complaining about this less than and this YES, we say, what do for Chisu? No, the brofrea 104, 104, and then NDC, the other way again. So listen, I don't see any reason why John Mahama should come back again. Because why do you change something that works?
Because you come and abolish your ministry.
No. Why do you want to abolish the ministry when it's doing well?
Okay.
Madam. Well, I've known you. You like to dress nicely.
Right.
When I see you again and you're not dressing nicely, that means you've changed. Something has changed. The way I've seen you as my good friend all these years, that's the way I see you here.
Right.
If you change, there's something wrong. But if you change for the better, that's good. What is the better? The better is that the way I see you, you've enhanced.
Right.
Not regressed.
Right.
You progressed what we win him. You didn't regress. So if you cannot progress and you are even at the standstill, why should you go down?
Right. So in your estimation,
yes,
Ghana now has progressed.
Yes.
And Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo,
there is certainly no doubt about that.
Better than the previous administration.
It's pretty obvious. If it was better, why did they vote him out at 44%? Which I probably, I'm not a government statistician, but the way things are going, he probably won't get the 40 mark. Because it's not a matter of a comfortable lead, as they said. We are actually doing well. We are not in comfortable lead,
right,
but then we are in the lead.
Okay.
Not comfortably. We are there.
All right.
You see,
yeah,
this COVID-19, I want to cover some. Do you see the fact that we have some few challenges? Have some few challenges, especially the protocol sense of it. We have some few challenges because it is something new to us. Do you realize that when they say you are a leader, you must define what leadership is yourself.
Okay. I know you're now in your full political flow. Hold on.
You must define leadership within yourself.
Right.
The leadership.
I don't have anything against what you're saying. You are allowed. You will flow.
Okay.
You will flow. I just wanted to finish with the business development aspect. Then we will go political now.
Yes.
But I just wanted to find out: are there any challenges that's inundating your ministry right now, and how do you beat those challenges? Because what you're saying is so much good news. But it can't all be good news, Kofi.
That's quite true.
Yes. So what are some of the issues? Is it maybe the public, the citizens will have to, be proactive, support, contribute here and there, and stuff like that. So what can we know? Then we'll go in the political arena.
No. It's all political because you were the one who asked me that Mahama is going to scrap my ministry. A ministry that is doing well like that. No, describe it.
That's what charged you.
Yes,
okay,
because we had, Mr. Klote, we are doing very well.
Right.
And why would you want to change something that works? And then I am a yawn because maybe a year do no.
Okay, we'll come there. But the challenges.
Let me tell you, the challenges we've had, most of the challenges that we've had actually started this year. Because we had a lot of implementation. Don't forget that we were in a teething period.
Okay.
These are some of the challenges we had because now in young papa. Just to make sure so be a better and can if these are some of the challenges because who is a business development and I want to hear for you that it's a new ministry.
Right.
That is one of the challenges.
Well said.
This year they said onyame na ayo hye ne bibia young main challenges here was this COVID-19 because they were near Mahorupia akasi dituga. This year challenges here want to say you're feeling you know here because of the social distancing.
Okay.
Into you was
a
high empower. Right. Now so aha you know karapuno yeguso nyene ni bia na better here menudi kita ho he. Into near maybe it's here to say bia presidential picture no we say you last 2 weeks here. This year kese ngasi disabled men in disability. Like I said, you lunch on last Thursday.
Okay.
And kakra. Into Sakakane, the Anka need to go. To see a presidential business support. No, they call local assembly. No, challenges are in your home. They say the Boa House forms need be do here. Into your car, I can make sure such forms on the edge. Who wants here was so back because of Nema efficiency on Coprana, why they. And these are some of the few challenges. But apart from that, I think the business development is doing. Now, let me come back to leadership as another person.
Right.
This is if you want to be a leader, now who is a leader, there's something you need to ask yourself. You need to define leadership within your own heart. Define the leadership in your own heart.
Right.
COVID-19 day, we say, I did for be by you until you go, you're boy homework, Sadi and Michi, and you're me. Now, so the monk move, it's the naming to the Mishadi. When the president insisted and make sure that on martial forces, okay? When I mean forces, I'm not talking about thugs, forces, ne lieutenants, martial wingina, catch them on society in a if you look here, truck drivers, you pay Tonga, you find one or two. Do you realize that leadership qualities that another grand within the powers of me or non-power as president? You realize that everybody's actually in a max.
Majority.
In fact, I can tell you in Ghana here about 90%.
Right.
This shows that the definition of his leadership is within him, not just on paper. That is the.
You think any leader would have seen?
No, not all leaders can see it. That is one of the things that amazes me of that man.
Okay.
He marries the leadership skills within himself. It's not by paper. Okay, the leader, It's so. If John Mahama says he's a leader of his party, fine. I personally don't see the leadership qualities within him because he has not defined it himself. He hasn't defined the leadership.
Someone who was an MP for X amount of years, became a vice president, eventual president, saying he has no noticeable leadership skills you can identify?
No, like what? Leadership skills like what? A leader who decides for his own appearance. Let's talk about entrepreneurship now. A leader who decides within a time, I confirm I want to mind so come on, give us a break.
Oh.
Yes, of course. Where are they? 50 million Ghana cedis. No. I confirm. No. See, the entrepreneurship scope. No. Under the lucky. No. But lucky. Why does he? Is it like it? Yeah? Ordinary poultry. 15 million. 50 million Ghana cedis. Where is the money? What has he done with the money? Because you see, let me tell you something. When you have 50 million cities, you get into poultry. Look, you've created vast employment. Seriously. Let's say for one district, one regional.
Okay.
I confirm 15 million. Do you know how much that is? You know the sort of employment you can create? So if you are not able to create that or uplift that entrepreneurship mindset now, I don't see your leadership.
Okay.
That is just one.
Right.
That is just one. I don't want to go any other further, but that is just one. I mean, let's be honest with ourselves. You were saying that there was a Buhaha scandal. 15 million cities, Ghana's money was given to you to escalate, enhance the entrepreneurship agenda. To less them.
Right.
You did not employ even one cripple on the floor. You do not employ one ant.
Okay.
And you want me to believe that you marry leadership qualities? Hell no.
Right. Kofi, you just hold it right there. And then let me just do some, commercial tripping right now. Because Franco Trading Enterprise says it has introduced the latest branded Franco television sets onto the Ghanaian market. Of course, if you want to keep watching the dialogue and all other interesting shows on Net2 and the rest of the other TV stations, get yourself a Franco television set. Different sizes ranging from 36, 40, 43, and 55 inches with a free wall mount and, like Focus ones, affordable prices. Well, Franco has reduced prices for all Alcatel phones as well. And of course, it has other mobile phones and its accessories. Where do you locate Francophone? Various communities in Accra and in Ghana and the country in general. To find them, they are located in Adabraka, Accra, La Paz, Circle, Osu, Tema, right here at Medina, Hacho, Koforidua in the eastern region, Ho in the Volta region, and of course, Kaswa in the central region. For easy access, just call them on 0302-225651 or 0546-133-188. Franco Trading Enterprise, still phone Papa Fie. But if you go and buy your Franco Trading, your Franco TV sets today, which I implore you to do today or tomorrow, Sunday between 9 and 10 a.m., please switch on your new TV set to Net2 television, because we have an hour of praise and worship coming from the International Charismatic Church under their leadership, under their leader, the General Overseer, Bishop Opong Edu Jemfi. Last week was refreshing myself and Randy. Come and see Randy jumping up and down, praising and worshiping God. Charlie, the songs there, because I can't sing the tree, Randy just, he led the praise and worship. But you can join both Randy and myself this Sunday as we join the International Charismatic Church with their television sermon. Right, so we are back into the studios, and Kofi, this time, okay, we'll just pause on your ministry right now and delve into the general political landscape. The Nima-based newspaper, the Daily Guide, on its front page says, Bawumia changes rice, sugar, butter politics in Zongos. This one here is it's a big jibe against those you call Yanum. Isn't it?
I've never seen Yanam. I mean, I am very explicit. I tell them, Yanam.
Yeah, but there's an interesting. The story seems to be an interesting. Okay, so let me read a few sentences so we get a deeper understanding of the headline. A.R. Gomda says the Office of the National Chief Imam has acknowledged the role of Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia in changing the face of politics in the Muslim-dominated communities in the country, popularly called Zongos. It said the days when politicians trooped into Zongos and distributed sugar and rice and other goodies just to get them vote in a certain pattern are over, since the people are beginning to read between the lines. The office, in a rare response to NDC Zongo's caucus that the vice president has done nothing to their people, said Dr. Bawumia has come in with politics of ideas and development, and that is breaking the dominance of sugar and rice politics. The story goes on and on and on and on, but you see, get your own copy of the Daily Guide and take a read. Now, Kofi, you see Bawumia could Zongo no cry. Is it an exaggeration, or that's the fact?
It's not an exaggeration. That's what I talked about leadership earlier on. The president has set up what we call the Ministry for Zongo and Inner, whatever.
City development.
Yes, that's it. These are the sort of jobs that should be doing. Because you see, there had been a time, and I always like to speak the truth. And we speak the truth, you look for, then what the next thing you do is that you look for remedies of the VIA deplorable. The Zongo community in Ghana didn't look too well, in the sense of course, near maybe to say once one national cake and near maybe once previous governments have ignored them, or there had been very little towards the their development within their community. So that the president, this is what I'm talking about, the leadership you marry inside you, is to build or to create, not an idea, place an agenda, implement the agenda by making sure that our brothers and sisters who live in Zongo don't still marry that feeling of the fact that Zongo is for poor people and Zongo is Zongo and Zongo etrakeke. We have 135 Zongo communities in this country. The biggest one is in Kumasi.
Right.
Now, what people mean by Zongo, no, Kofi Pinti Zongo, menye Zongo ni, but because agenda president cry no, can make comment to make kan wonsem na sebe obi kebia mesoma kebi.
Right.
Buzanga for what also power was Zongo community will Ghana in Zongo no enye sebe. Well, better na keke now better na keke and grow free if you a kuru 50 can't tell because accommodation lifestyle was a little bit easier for them. It is not their fault. So when the system doesn't work, by leaving them in the same place now, that means say but every time beer or betua bar no what more what a secret what ngo srade na what they are come on. They say you are buying their votes. The Zongo community does not need rice, sugar, and oil for their development. Of course not. So what they need is to make sure you place social interventions, agendas that will benefit the people directly. Building schools, trying to, renovate martial arts schools, trying to make sure, say, one educational system, it's correct. Most importantly, trying to create jobs within that community. Right now, your initiatives back home, Zongo initiatives.
Okay.
I be called Zongo. They are completely power entrepreneurship and Mosca. These are what we call developments within the Zongo community. But if you leave them alone and you think that then you see people going there giving them rice and then so what Bahomia has said now that we are changing the face of the rice, oil, buta style of Zongo politics. We are now coming to you, digging into your matters and finding solutions for it. Brilliant. Brilliant. We are digging into it and we are finding solutions for the Zongo.
Right.
That's the thing. This shows how you married leadership. Because
right. We are just going to take a quick short break. When we come back, we are not leaving the corridors of the Zongos yet. Kofi Boafo is a communications specialist with the Ministry of Business Development. This morning, he's giving us quite an insight into the activities that goes on in the corridors of that ministry. When we come back, we're still talking Zongos and election 2020. Please stay. Right, welcome back into the studios. This remains the dialogue with me, Isaac Clotte, and my guest is Kofi Boafo, a communications specialist with the Ministry of Business Support. You could imagine the kind of inundation of requests and advisory services he got in this small hiatus, where we call a break. Well, so your work is cut out. We really need to have you about 2 or 3 more times before the season ends. But now, I think you'll be a definite guest as we go along, because the inquiries are coming in thick and fast, as you can bear witness to. So when we activate the phone line 0240 550-899, please send us your questions or your any thoughts about entrepreneurship skills, business plans, or any to Kofi Boafo. He will prefer an answer if he has one. If not, he will come back at a later date and respond to your request. So we'll be activating the phone lines in a couple of minutes. Kofi Boafo is here. You've heard him talk about the presidential page, the presidential business support, and all other beautiful programs being rolled out by President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and through the Ministry of Business Support, headed by Dr. Mohammed Ibrahim Awar. I guess the phone lines are ready to be activated. But I'll go back to Kofi for some few thoughts. But let's go to the phones as the persons are waiting online. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Auntie Matilda. No pay ya. Yes, I do so.
About time, Nkwalano who school na sama, and is before I say a man Nkwalano breastfeed. I mean, Omuka say, young man Nkwalano breastfeed. COVID-19. The other Omuka say you can't in 2020 because of COVID. The situation not affect the young go. Hypocrisy. And what happened to Muslims now? Omuka say this. And certainly.
Okay.
Better we can't begin to far about your mama. On one I can't say Daniel. They are free. I will share a deal mountain of the Memphis, atmosphere almost 5 years. Yes, I want to just not put you money in next. The moment you know audacity, not the same midwives waiting from a minor entry to a villa. Near mobile. The same perform 2 years number 1 year. I'm employed. I'm here. I said, yeah, sure we are. And I somehow said, you know, and one the other way, and was saying, yeah, I will feel tired.
Okay, thank you very much, Auntie Matilda. So she had 2 issues concerning their continued stay of students in school or whether to withdraw them or not, and questioned the relevance of President Mohammed's intervention a few weeks ago. 0240550899. We'll pick a few more calls and then we come back to Mr. Kofi Boafo. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning, my brother. Can we have your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Kofi from Comm.
Brakob Nampacho Frefi here.
Pacho, no more here, no more to say.
Pacho, yeah. Yetio. Yetio.
I'm saying, no more be Kofi. I'm saying, more approaching. The person ba. The people may afford those 600 hotel, 500. They have small crowd boy 350. Okay. The majority are cow. And the government is so afraid how to do so making to mama. Because baby register.
Okay.
So when you like
okay, Brakob na me ban pacho anti den sa na opese government here enfam.
What the government say? Esa omuntimi afford hotel base no. Esa government omuka base no mo ba.
Okay.
Because majority for her person about intimate.
All right. Okay. Right, so that was Kwabna Frimpong sharing his thoughts on stranded Ghanaians and their desire to re-enter or return to Ghana. 2 more calls and we'll get back to our guest. 0240550899. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Minia.
Good morning, Chairman. Let us say.
Chairman, I promise to say.
Nyami waho, what's
Moko, yes, family, Timothy, Garba, Timothy, if you fit
Timothy, yet you are no pay.
And the president, my main chairman, hard working OC. for Honorable Reverend John for your Asin South MP. Let me say Honorable George Nekuduka, MP. Let me check a regional chairman, Mr. Robert Kuti Jr., Central Regional Chairman, and the President of Yamitiana, let me say Honorable Kennedy Japan. And it's out for the Mom and Ghana. Many of the Mr. Ghana for the education, statue. You before casting Gomum name but Nanyamiadum court to say, then got on registration. And this is one as you see at the Omotic or more registered communion MP for say. You go house to house. You go to and time amount for say. I'm out. No one better. What for years, but better stop. Not 7 December, what to a bad man and not the Danko part, no to have benefited free cases. Dominia, MPP, Mumenko out, communicated. Mumenko out, near Bodo Road, in Amount from the out. Near Stanford or Mount Penny, Egmapa, I want that. And Tom Mount for the Moon. You know, this before there. Yes, I don't manage to Moncadia. Well, I said, I done a bear to say, I got it because one will call out there. Before the first year, what time to be at the Roberta. This is first year, and if you move, yes, 1,000 paternum, and more normal family, Roberta. In Yaminka, and make my palm away. You don't bomb MP, I think that.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you very much. And this is where we bring down the curtains on the interactive moments with our cherished guest. Next up will be the birthday felicitations, but that will be coming up in a couple of minutes. But Kofi, now you can't Zongo who has an election 2020. Now, we'll say the dynamics has changed under the leadership of President Akufo-Addo. Now, the NDC are also, you know, your competitors for the Jubilee House come December are also leaving no stone unturned in the Zongo communities. Whose record do you think will carry the day?
See, the record that will carry end of the day all depends on the people who live in Zongo. See, as I said earlier on, Zongo, it's not a place. They say, we jam crofono, okay. And now we jawon, now when you the MPP government, I keep consistently say that, that we are a capitalist party.
Right.
There's certainly no doubt about that.
Okay.
But we try to bridge the gap between the rich and the poor. It is our mandate to do that. Although we have the NDC who are supposed to be the Social Democrats. Now, as a Social Democrat, you also have the mandate.
Okay.
Or the prime mandate is to bridge the gap between the rich and the poor. That's a social interventions within the Zongo community.
Yeah.
But
because your time next one, you have about 3 minutes to wrap up right now. But I just want to find out who is between the two parties.
Of course,
who is the landlord of the Zongos right now?
We are the landlords.
You sure?
At the moment, of course, yes. You know why we are the landlords?
Tell us.
Because under Nana Akufo-Addo, okay, we have actually created what we call Ministry for Zongo.
Okay.
We are the landlords.
Right.
We are doing better implementations.
Right.
We are the landlords. We are there, Mustafa Hamid. Was that your?
The football parks?
Yes. That is what we call a social intervention for the ordinary. Improving the lives of the ordinary. That is what Nana Akufo-Addo is doing. So if anybody poses that question to me, that who is the landlord of Inner Zongo? We are.
Right.
Look at what we are doing.
Okay.
I mean, look at what Mustafa Hamid is doing.
Right.
And the Zongo. We're not going there, giving them rice, sugar, and sharing butter for them. Those days are gone. When you don't want to forget about colonialism and concentrate on post-colonial.
At the last count, he was touting that about 40 people within the Zongos have been sent to Cuba for medical training.
Look at that.
Right.
That is actually improving the lives of the ordinary. So anybody who wants to say that and Zongo the NDC, no, it is not NDC.
Right, our own Abu Karim, who's the host of Asirat, is saying, really, Nana Danko Akufo-Addo and the MPP are the landlords of the Zongo. He just sent me a message. So he's saying the MPP are the landlords.
Tell him, I don't know him. Tell him that thumbs up.
You know him after the show.
Yeah?
Yes. Right. It's now time for us to, open and peep through the window of birthday celebrations to see the fortunate ones for the day. Ajoba Kwenu, happy birthday to you. Yes, this you're pouting on for your lips, dear. Randy style, Randy style. From Willie. Willie wishes you the best of the day. Congratulations on such a fantastic day. Kofi, help me, wish my celebrants a happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday to them all. God bless.
God bless. So there you heard it from Kofi Boafo. Who's next? Who's another birthday celebrant for today? Okay, Nana Frima Ejekum, a.k.a. Great Girl from Brad Della. Right. So, Brother Della, your happy birthday felicitations goes to Nana Frima Ejekum. Nana Frima, your child, especially from Randy. I don't say special happy birthday. Yes. Ayodeji Ibrahim Balogun. Balogun. Sorry, popularly called Whiz Kid. As you can see, today is his birthday. So from all of us and for those who love his songs, we wish Whiz Kid a fantastic day today. Right, it is the 16th day of July and these are the birthday celebrants for this morning. Right, so we wrap up with the birthday celebrations and try to give Kofi Boafo a final minute or two to wrap up his thoughts on the show. Kofi, now registration, what is so far?
Registration, I think we're not doing too bad. I'm urging the whole Ghanaians. We've not said any segmentations. I'm asking the whole Ghanaians, especially people who have consistently believed that Nana Danko Akufo-Addo. We need to vote him back into power to continue the things that he's not going to finish. So 4 more for Nana.
Right.
4 more
to do more. Right. So these are the wrapping up comments from Kofi Boafo. He is a specialist, a communication specialist at the Ministry of Business Development. Well, he said a lot of things of how to assess government support when it comes to entrepreneurship. I hope you took a point or two from his intuition he gave us. Right. On this note, we say thank you to all, one and all, especially you who made the show possible, and to the production team. As you know, you go nowhere. You don't dare touch your remote control, cause the national agenda is coming up next with Yao Amufi.